First on the list, Warhawk down, Warhawk down, Warhawk down. Lindsay flatline, hear it now. You call for fire on every town. First on the list, Warhawk down, Warhawk down, Warhawk down. No Senate shield, no donor crown. All your words come circling round. First on the list, Warhawk down, yeah. You said give Israel every bomb they need. Level the place, make the whole thing bleed. Strike the refineries, hit the sites. Overwhelming force day and night from the Senate floor. You fed that flame, new map, new target. Same old game, you called it strength as the bombers pass. Now every word comes back at last. No more Senate floor, no camera light. No staff are there to spend the night. Guards that kept count and kept names. Every ruined home remembers the flames. Now you stand before judging with nowhere to hide. Men have children, souls standing side by side. You wish for destruction, you wish for the end. Now they're the ones watching as your soul descends. Warhawk down, Warhawk down. Lindsay flatline, hear it now. You called for fire on every town. First on the list, Warhawk down, Warhawk down, Warhawk down. No Senate shield, no donor crown. All your words come circling round. First on the list, Warhawk down.
They erased names, rewrote history, divided families, poisoned communities, and sold lies as freedom, Black America. How many generations must disappear before we finally wake up?
They told us entertainment was enough. They told us surviving was winning.
Meanwhile, schools declined.
Community suffered, and another generation grew up disconnected from history. Black America.
Wake up before they bury another generation.
Teach the children truth before the system shapes them.
Learn the history they tried to erase from education. Build unity,
Build ownership,
build ownership.
build stronger foundations.
Black America,
Wake up,
before they bury.
another generation.
They took Africans from kingdoms and villages, packed them inside slave ships, chained them for months across the Atlantic Ocean. Millions died before even reaching American soil. Families were separated forever. Children were sold away from mothers. Men were beaten for reading books. Women were assaulted without justice. Slave owners built wealth from free labor, while black bodies were treated like property under American law. After slavery ended in 1865, freedom still did not arrive. Equally, black Americans faced black codes, lynching, segregation, and Jim Crow laws. Schools were separated, neighborhoods were separated, hospitals were separated, voting rights were blocked through intimidation. Literacy tests and violence, entire black towns were burned to the ground, like Tulsa in 1921, where successful black businesses were destroyed by racist mobs. The government created redlining policies that denied black families home loans and wealth building opportunities. Highways were built through black neighborhoods. Factories left cities, and unemployment rose. Drugs flooded communities during the crack epidemic, while prisons expanded across America. Sentences for crack cocaine were far harsher than powder cocaine, even though both were forms of the same drug. Millions of black men disappeared into prisons, while families struggled without fathers and sons.
This song, I call it Black America. It's one of the songs from
Told
Lego.
us surviving was winning.
Meanwhile, schools declined.
You know, Lego been on it, man. They got a lot of good ass soundtracks right now.
And
I got at
another
least 30 of them.
generation
This is
grew
my
up
intro song.
disconnected from history.
Yeah.
Black America.
Wake up before before they bury another generation.
Teach the children truth before the system shapes them.
Learn the history they tried to erase from education. Build unity,
Build ownership,
build ownership.
build stronger foundations.
Black America.
Wake up before they bury another generation.
The civil rights movement brought change through sacrifice. People marched, protested, and died, demanding equal treatment under the law. Leaders like Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, and many others spoke about education, economics, and self-respect. Yet decades later, many black communities still face underfunded schools, police, violence, poverty, health disparities, and limited access to opportunity. Social media spreads distractions faster than knowledge. Music corporations profit from promoting violence, division, and destruction, while ownership stays in the hands of executives far away from the neighborhoods affected by the messages. Black consumers spend billions every year, yet much of that money leaves the community instead of circulating to create businesses, jobs, and property ownership. History is often shortened inside classrooms. Many students learn little about African civilizations, invented scientists, or economic achievements. Some grow up believing slavery is the beginning of black history instead of understanding the depth of African cultures before colonization. Without knowledge of history, many young people lose identity, direction, and confidence.
Communities cannot survive without fathers present, mothers supported, children educated, and neighbors united. Political promises alone
Will not save future generations. Real change.
Hey, demons, you can't break up a movement. Cry harder about that shit. Anyway, guys, I'm going to be hanging out here on our Armed Black Liberation channel probably until the end of my strike on my main channel. So that strike ends, I believe, October 4th. So we go stay streaming on our Black Liberation channel. I will post here. I will do all my shit here because, you know, we always got to be rotating because crybaby ass demons like the guys over in my YouTube comments right now, that's what they do. But your lies are going to fall apart. The problem with America is white people love to lie in this bitch. You obsessed with it. That's why Trump has done so well, because he's captured what you guys really value and really put back in your faces. And tonight we're going to really expose all of that. We're going to talk about old Lady G, aka Lindsey Graham, his corrupt ass life, how corrupt Congress members try to cover for his fucking deeds, but they full of shit, right? We're going to speak the truth. I know white people love lying, but we're going to speak the truth here. So if you're uncomfortable with the truth, man, I guess you better take that shit back over to Fox Fake Ass News or OAN or Newsmax. But here we go speak truth to power. And let y'all demons cry about it. You know, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about your whiny ass feelings. But let's get on with it. Look, people hate China because America is racist. It's one of the most racist countries on earth. Let's just keep that shit real. Don't get me wrong. Argentina and Israel up there in the top 3 racist countries, but America for the win. I think America is the most racist country on earth. They've done dirt for centuries against black people, and they're still doing it today. If Donald Trump is the best you have to offer, then we know why America's failing right now. Right? They talk mad shit about China, but at the end of the day, China's winning. I hate to let you guys, be the bearer of bad news, but China is motherfucking winning. Ain't shit you can do about it because America, instead of correcting the problem, you just lie to yourself and say there's no problem. So that right now lets you know you in that death loop, right? You're in that echo chamber, and so you get got. But listen, I'll show you better than I can tell you. You see this chart? This chart is showing you right now, 1993, all the way to the present day. If you look at this chart right here that I'm showing you, China is #1 in the world for people in poverty, right? People who are dirt fucking poor. So in 93, man, China had over 818 million people in poverty. And watch what the fuck they do. You see how that number going down? 2000. Look how it's going down. Every year, how they knocking more of that shit. How they dropping? Now they in second place in 2005. Right, they already went to second in the world in 2005. Look at that. By fucking 2013, they're dropping now. Look at it. Look how rapid they dropping. Completely off the list in 2017. Right? Completely off the list in 2017. China has taken over 800 million people out of poverty. Now, you can say what you want about China. You can say what you want about them. They are a closed autocracy, but America's not very better off, right? We're only a electoral democracy right now because we lost our status because America loves fucking demons. Yeah, you guys won't see the chart unless you guys are on our channel. I can't really show it to. I can't show it to you guys here because TikTok hit me for that shit. If you guys want to see it, just jump into my. You can take a peek on my Antifa. Well, inside the Antifa War Room, but I'm live streaming the actual charts and everything you can see inside of my YouTube channel and my Twitch channel. But you can see in that period how they dropped off. Because no matter what you say, that shit works, man. So much for capitalism. Capitalism, this is flawed, man. It's flawed. The Chinese did it better. They raised over 800 million people out of poverty. Say what you want about the Chinese. They kicking our ass, rightfully so, because America is racist. And America don't like to deal with it. But I'm going to let you listen to another white boy who over in China right now. I'm going to let a white boy tell you how he living in China right now.
Hot take of the day. Let's see if the Americans get mad again. I honestly think that if Americans came to China, at least half of you guys, there'd be a civil war. Because I'm looking for apartments here right now. I got quoted $700 for a 4-bedroom apartment.
Hey, he said he got quoted $700 for a 4-bedroom apartment. Now, even when I was here in Woodbridge, I was paying like $2,600 for a 3-bedroom, where I had to squeeze my family when I was active duty in a 3-bedroom apartment. He talking about $700 for a 4-bedroom apartment.
Fully furnished. A single bedroom's like $200. And every
single bedroom is $200 over there. That's less than fucking utilities. Hell, my phone bill was double that.
everything here, like if you had me at gunpoint asking for one thing that the U.S. does better, I wouldn't be able to tell you, honestly. Like, I don't know. I don't know what I would tell you. It's safer. It's cleaner. The amenities, everything's the infrastructure, transportation's way faster, all while being like 10 times cheaper. I think if I'm not American, but I've tried to live there and I try to live here, and it's mind-blowing how ahead they are. And if I was American and came here, I would go home and
yeah. Listen, so people are letting you know over there. You ain't gotta take my word for the shit. Just go open up the Chinese app, Redbook, go search China. Go search how they living. China had an awakening, man, in the 70s. When they seen how far America was ahead of them, they retooled their shit. And we got the most money on earth, right? America got the most money on earth, but look what they do with it. They empower billionaires to steal that shit and to be more corrupt. So our money don't do us no good because you don't see the money. Only the filthy rich see the money. And they make your ass fight for crumbs. They take away all social safety nets, so you have to become a fucking cop, become a fucking slave catcher, or join the military and go spread imperialism around the world. Them are your choices. And they blame everybody else for their own fuck-ups. And as long as America continues to lie, they will suffer, right? As long as they continue to lie about the truth, about why America's in decline, as long as they keep putting that racist shit and putting weak white people in charge of the country, America will continue to decline. China got the world's fastest supercomputer. They got the best fucking smart cars on the planet. They're outselling us. The phones are outselling us. TikTok was whooping the fuck out of America. That's why America conspired to sell TikTok to damn whatever. Well, hey, listen, if you could be a doctor, what good is that? They're already trying to they're anti-science. So why the fuck you gonna be a doctor here in America? Right? Well, you can do that shit overseas and do it better. The racist ass demons don't give a fuck about, you know, science. Y'all don't give a fuck about that. You put RFK in charge of the fucking health industry. You don't give a fuck about science. That's why y'all motherfuckers bringing back hookworm and bringing back measles and shit. And we got outbreaks right now. They can't even track because when you put weak white people in charge, America declines. Listen, the country's always been racist. America was racist before the country existed. I wasn't expecting you not to be racist, but I was expecting you to at least have enough common sense to put smart white people in charge. You just lied to yourself. You put idiots in charge and lie to yourself and say they're smart, and so therefore you suffer. So, oh well, it is what it is. America will continue to decline, man, because you like the lies and you like the propaganda. But hey, but wait, there's more.
China is not living in the future, it's living in the present. This is what development looks like when the tax money goes to the right places. And some of us have become so used to dysfunction that basic development now looks futuristic to us. Now, before anyone starts, I'm not saying China is perfect. I don't even know what it's like living there as a citizen. But as a traveler, I observed that they know what to invest in. So while some countries keep people distracted fighting over language, religion, race, caste, and hating each other online, China was focused on what's important. And it literally shows in everything. Look at their payment systems, trains, public transport, streets, infrastructure. It's safe, clean, people have civic sense. They're on top of their manufacturing game and they're way ahead of everyone, not because they're living in the future, but because the rest of the countries have not left its past. So please stop saying China is living in 2050. Understand that what we are being sold as normal is basically a distraction from incompetence.
I hear y'all talking about Transformers and shit, but once again, who crashed Grindr? White males. Who searches the most trans porn? White males. Right? You literally crash Grindr. Listen, there's nothing wrong with loving the dick, but it's a problem when you're a hypocrite about it. Lady G was a homosexual. What was he not? Lady G, was he or was he not a homosexual? Come on, let's have a real conversation. Was Lady G a homosexual or not? Let's just fucking speak truth. Because why do you think they call them Lady G and Ladybug? Come on. You know NDAs expire when the person expires. So all of his, we all knew. Everybody, listen, you know how many people, I transported many people in the queer community when I was an Uber driver for 2 years. I was an Uber driver in 2 years in DC. And the streets be talking, right? The streets be talking. The streets be talking in DC. So it's an open secret that Lady G was out there getting that shit in. And so you're going to start hearing more stories come out. Lady G is Lindsey Graham, right? If you wonder, that's his street name. One of his street names, Lady G. Right? So it is what it is. It is what it is, bro. Right? So I'm going to let y'all hear all of that shit. We're gonna talk about that shit. Of course he did. Of course he like him young, man. We know. We gonna speak the truth to power. I know that hurt y'all feelings. Just like Sambo Scott, it is clear that Sambo Scott is a homosexual male, right? He is out here buck dancing for white supremacy, and he has a token wife that he has not put a real wedding ring on her finger, and nobody even seen him kiss her anywhere or anything in public. So I'm betting that he gonna wind up pregnant before she do. That's just facts. And once again, there's nothing wrong with being queer, but it's something absolutely wrong when you're a fucking hypocrite. I can't stand the hypocrite. At least the left allows you to be what you're going to be. Imagine putting this political shit over your own ideology, your own person, who you are. They make you live a lie. They make you live a lie, man. They make you live a lie. Look at your people out there, man. All them people who talk all that shit, but a lot of them are members of the queer community, and they don't even want to talk about it. That's why y'all repeat lies. But here's the truth. You could never see Michelle Obama, right? If y'all hating on that. Hey, if you want to see the best first lady in history, well, shit, I got you on that. Why did you say so?
Who's gonna tell him that the job he's currently seeking might just be one of those black jobs, those black jobs, one of those black jobs, those black jobs, one of those black jobs, those black jobs, one of those. Who's gonna tell him that the job might be one of those black jobs?
I'm here to do my black job. I'm here to do my black job.
Those black jobs, one of those. Who's gonna tell him that the job might be one of those black jobs?
Attorney General,
Might be one of those black jobs.
Vice
Might
President,
be one of those black jobs.
President,
Might be one of those. Who's gonna tell him that the job might be one of those black jobs?
Attorney General,
Might be one of those black jobs.
Vice
Might
President,
be one of those black jobs.
President Kamala Harris.
Might be one of those black jobs. Those black jobs. Those black jobs. One of those black jobs. Those black jobs. One of those black jobs. Those black jobs. One of those. Who's gonna tell him that the job might be one of those black jobs?
I'm here to do my black job. I'm here to do my black job.
Those black jobs. One of those. Who's gonna tell him that the job might be one of those black jobs? Who's
That shit get me hyped up, baby. Whoa, that shit get me hyped up, man. Black motherfucking excellence in your face, man. You showed me a first lady who did it better than damn Kamala or damn, Michelle Obama. I eat my beret. Motherfucking amazing ass speeches, man. Brung the house down. Shit. Black royalty for your ass, man. Right, shit. Nobody moved, man. I tell you, best fucking first lady in history. Obama, the best president in history. Bar none. Bar none. Nobody did it better, in my opinion. And I love the fucking Obamas. Shit. Love that shit. Anyway, two things I'm going to talk about damn near every chance I get a chance to is how China is kicking our ass and how corrupt the CIA is and all the dirt they've done worldwide. The CIA should absolutely be squad wiped for the evil shit they've done worldwide. Let's get into it.
The CIA and the MI6 here from the UK overthrew Iran's elected Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh. In 1953, the US then supported 26 years of a brutal dictatorship under the Shah, who had a secret police that tortured people, as you know, disappeared opponents. How can the US claim, as you suggested in part one, to want democracy and a better government in Iran when we helped get rid of the only democratic government they had?
Well, first off, not a democratic government. If you look at the nature, there wasn't a popular referendum on
Mossadegh was an elected prime minister.
Mohammad Mossadegh was an appointed prime minister.
Sorry?
An appointed prime minister served at the pleasure of the Shah, according to the Iranian constitution.
Do you know what country you're in right now?
Yes, I do.
Do you know how Keir Starmer became prime minister of the UK?
Yes, I do.
He was appointed by the king. Does that mean we don't have a democratic government?
I think
parliamentary systems. That's how it works.
Are you claiming that the electoral system in Iran in 1953 is the same as in the UK
No,
today?
I'm suggesting that you as an American are not understanding that parliamentary systems don't require a direct election to be democratic. He was elected to parliament in 1923. He served in the Majlis, the Iranian parliament.
Yes.
When he became prime minister, he was an elected member of parliament. It was a democratic government by the definition of that time. Was it a liberal democratic government? We can argue about it. But it was clearly elected by the people. And we overthrew it in a coup that the CIA long ago admitted to. Or are you going to deny that as well?
Well, let me ask you, do you accept that the king can dismiss the prime minister?
Do I accept that the
King of England can dismiss the prime minister?
He could,
His
but it would
mother
be very
did-
awkward
his-
because it's a constitutional king, not an
1953,
absolute king.
1953 was very awkward. Look,
Are you?
what you
hold
have,
on. Let's
hold
keep.
on.
I love.
Well,
Let's
no,
keep
no,
going
no,
down
no.
this analogy.
Your use of words.
King Charles,
I'm sorry. Your
if
use
King
of words.
Charles,
Yes.
If we know this show requires many dictionaries and thesauruses, if the
You
King
have
of
an
England,
educated audience.
if the King of England dismissed Keir Starmer because the CIA helped him do it, yes, it would be a real problem, I assume, for the people in this room.
Okay. The king's mother dismissed the prime minister of Australia. It has happened.
Many people object.
And
That is a huge controversy.
Hold on, man. We got some people honking out in my comment section. Look, let me help you out, guys. Let me help you out because one guy's in here whining. What did he say? Let's pull this up. Hold on, let me pull this shit up, man. I want y'all to see this shit because they really honking out for some reason. So He says, if America's so white and racist, there would never be a black president. Once again, did the majority of white people vote for Obama? Question. Did the majority of white voters vote for Barack Obama? Did the majority of white voters vote for Obama? Take as long as y'all need, throw your answer in the comments. Did the majority of white eligible voters vote for Obama? The answer to that question is no, right? And let me tell you why. Ever since the Democratic Party gave black people the right to vote in America, white people never voted for them again. Not Jimmy Carter, not Bill Clinton, not fucking Barack Obama, not President Biden, right? The majority of white people voted for Republicans. Shit, they loved they loved your boy, man, Reagan. They gave his ass landslide victories, right? That was the first time when I seen the election, I was like, why is the map all red, right? I didn't even understand that shit, what a landslide was. They loved him, right? They loved him. So therefore, I'm just saying, hey, there's different facts over your feelings. Y'all can go look that shit up, right? They literally have election trackers that you can show the independent votes, who got the majority of the vote. That's it. Didn't happen, man. So I know y'all like to think because Barack Obama became president that, you know, we somehow became a post-racial society. But America's always been racist. It's always been racist. And now it just shows you Trump is the backlash. Every time black people have gotten some kind of rights, white people lost their fucking mind. Right? The moment we got out them chains, y'all lost your minds. Y'all fought a civil war. They succeeded from the Union. Right? The Confederacy succeeded from the Union when Lincoln became president because they were so scared that they was going to take their slaves away. You fought a whole civil ass war, put over 700,000 people in the dirt to keep us in chains. But we overwhelmed your asses. Right? We fought back. We overthrew you. The rebellions got out of hands and Mud just quit. We quit giving white people our labor for free. And I know y'all still pissed off about that. That's why you want to make America great again. That's why you create the Ku Klux Klan. That's why you still support the Ku Klux Klan today. That's why you put a racist in office. That's why you went out here and have white supremacist group that attacked us on January 6th, shit in the hall of Congress, beat the fuck out of cops to end their life, and then get pardoned after it. Because the United States of America is the most racist country on earth, bar none. America still has chattel slavery as long as you're a prisoner. If you're a prisoner, they can do what they want to you. If you want to know what they've done in Epstein files, just go look in your prisons. Go look in those black prisons. They did this shit on plantations. Go check out your local prisons. Go see for yourself. Go look at the 13th on Netflix. Go look at that program, the 13th. And then see exactly what demons do to prisoners. We got the most people locked up per capita on earth. But you make up 5% of the world population. What the fuck are we even talking about, man? America wants to present itself as Superman. But really that motherfucker is Homelander. Right? If you know Homelander from The Boys, he is the absolute worst of the worst, right? Smoke children, do anything. He wants to be the good guy, but he is a weak bastard. Diabolical. But listen, Homelander don't have shit on white people in America. White people inside the United States of America are the most diabolical demons in human history. You couldn't even create, if you had to make a villain, even a super villain, they can't match what these guys have done. Look at all the purges you've done. Look at how long you've raped black women for centuries and got away with that shit. Y'all still out here doing dirt. Look at what the CIA has done. My God, man. The CIA has made more democracy or more autocracies than democracies. You can go back and check my last live on that. I gave you the stats. At least 28 successful times that the CIA has overthrown governments. At least 28 times. The CIA operates on American soil. They lied in your faces. Well, Operation Midnight Climax. And under MK Ultra, they did all type of shit. The biggest dope dealers in America, the United States government, right? They gave that shit to prisoners. They gave it to hippies in the 60s. So what do you want from me, man? Capitalism is a scourge on the world. Capitalism got you Trump in office. Capitalism has all type of human rights abuses. We've attacked so many countries. It's evil, man. It's evil. It's clear that there should not be billionaires in the world. There should not be billionaires. And America sucks at it. That's why we continue to decline, because you want to be like Elon Musk. But he's no different than Henry Ford. Henry Ford was a racist motherfucker too, man. Evil as hell. And they love to lie about it, right? Yeah, they love to lie about it. I appreciate you coming through, Susie. They love to lie about it. They're there right now. You sold your own people. Wrong. Wrong, guys. Wrong. When it comes to chattel slavery, white people are guilty, motherfucking guilty. Kidnapped us. You could not even make it without black people here. And even when the transatlantic slave trade dried up, you had breeding plantations here in America. Thus, that's facts. I know that shit hurt y'all feelings, but you have to understand that racist white people are the cause. You could not stop doing what you're doing. And I'm just telling you the truth. You can go look it up. You ain't got to take my word for it. Look it up. Let's look at this another CIA assassination.
You can ask the flowers.
Look at this right here, Paul.
I sit for hours.
Congo Prime Minister in 1960. Look how they did this, man. The CIA did this shit, man. But they call these countries shithole countries.
I'm so in love with you.
Assassinate this man with Belgium, and then put his body in acid and damn took him out, man. Because for the crime of wanting to nationalize their own resources. America's the biggest gangsters. Look how many times we hit Cuba. They hit Cuba multiple times. Venezuela multiple times. Iran multiple times. Iraq shit. Everybody shit. Saddam was a CIA agent. It seemed like everybody. So who's the terrorist? Castro was on the books. Castro worked for the CIA. What the fuck are we talking about here, bro? The CIA is the biggest gangsters on earth. Lord knows how much dirt they've been doing. Panama, all kind of dirt, bro. CIA got their hands in everything. Motherfucker Homelander. Who thinks the CIA is the good guys? Who really believes the CIA is the good guys? Man, thank God I didn't join the damn FBI. I'd rather be a fucking Uber driver the rest of my life before I join the FBI, man. Because the FBI corrupt as fuck. Look at COINTELPRO. All the dirt they did. Openly took out black people and black liberation movements. But where the fuck was they at when it was time to deal with the Ku Klux Klan or the Black Legion? They silent. They silent on that shit. They cool with it. Libya. Shit. Libya under damn Obama. The CIA, they told us it was part of the Arab Spring. Remember that shit they lied about? They lied about every fucking thing. I really believe that shit. I thought that shit happened on his own and people wanted to overthrow that shit. I had no idea that the CIA was directly involved in that shit. So the CIA is ridiculous, bro. Everything should be declassified. All that shit should be opened up. The CIA is a threat to world peace, period. The FBI ain't nothing but white supremacists right now. White supremacist groups out here trying to get Mexicans out the country. So that's what it is. And that's just fact. I know I hurt your feelings, right? But who supports the Klan today? You say the Democrats created the Ku Klux Klan. Who support that shit today? Who has the flags of the Klan today? Who took the Confederate flag inside the rotunda? MAGA did. Who celebrates the Confederacy? MAGA and white people. Mississippi has a whole month of April they dedicate to the fucking Confederacy. What are we talking about here? We know who the Confederate demons are. Racist ass white people. And racist ass white people love the Republican Party. Period. That's what it is. And those are just facts, man. Those are facts over your feelings. I know that shit. Hey, take as long as you need with that, man. American racism is next level. But hold on, man. You know, I said we're talking about the CIA, man. Let's keep it going.
The CIA spent $400 million to execute one doctor from Argentina. But why? His name was Che Guevara, a trained physician who rode his motorcycle through Latin America in 1952. He witnessed crushing poverty, workers exploited by American corporations, and he decided the world didn't need another doctor, it needed a revolutionary. He joined Fidel Castro. They overthrew Cuba's dictatorship in 1959. But here's what terrified the CIA. After winning in Cuba, Che gave up his government position and disappeared into the jungles of Africa and South America to spread more revolutions. The CIA realized you can't negotiate with someone who has nothing to lose. A man fighting for pure ideology is the most dangerous person in the world. In 1967, they finally caught him in Bolivia. His last words, "Shoot, coward, you're only killing a man." If Che wanted comfort, he could have been a Cuban minister, dying old in luxury. Instead, he chose to die at 39 in a schoolhouse, fighting for an idea.
CIA, right? They had over 600 attempts on Castro's life. 600 attempts. But they didn't tell you he was on the payroll at one point. So all this dirt, man, all this dirt. I know they feelings, man. This is the truth. I told you. If you want to know the truth, I'm here to give it to you. Say what you want, man. I'm here to give you the truth about what's happening. So if you're in this channel, strap up. Man, get you a BLM binky and take a breather. America is not the good guys. We're not. I know they've been telling you we Superman. But we really motherfucking Homelander, man. We Homelander. Yeah, we talking about him. All this dirt America's done. Y'all smoked a 39-year-old doctor, man? Come on. This is crazy. This is evil, man. It's diabolical. The CIA has never been held accountable. I can tell you, listen, for a fact, I know for a fact the CIA bombed the U.S., the Chinese embassy in 1999. I was a journal driver. I was in Kosovo in 1999. The only CIA target I seen get hit was the embassy. I was shocked. Like, I was like, it gotta be a mistake, man. Why the fuck would you use laser guided bombs to hit the Chinese embassy? And guess what? Guess what their excuse was? They said their maps were outdated. Now, we already have boots on the ground. So you already know that shit gotta be, you gotta have people lasing that shit in on the ground to drop it on them. But it shows you how corrupt the CIA has always been. The CIA has always been dirty, man. They're the most corrupt organization probably in the world. It must be declassified. The CIA need to be declassified and held to account for the dirt they're doing. If you're tired of fighting all these forever fucking wars, and you don't have enough damn food to eat while billionaires are running out here spending up your future, you better wake the hell up, man. Quit supporting the military industrial complex. And I'm a soldier telling you this. Quit doing that shit. I did not join the army because I was a patriot. I joined the army because I didn't want to die in the fucking hood. All right, but I wasn't stupid. I knew what I was getting into. And don't tell me about that obese shit. Trump, hey, how fat is Lady G again? Lady G was fat as hell, and y'all love this little shit. Trump is fat. He's probably the fattest president in history, and y'all love every wrinkle of his ass. He old, too. He 80 years old, man, sleeping and shit, and shitting himself. So I got him beat. All right, so you can love my fat ass, too. Right? If you love Trump, listen, you made him your damn idol. You didn't find somebody young. You got some old ass dude with tattoos in your upper thigh meat. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here, man? That's the idol you picked. That's the ones y'all love. Y'all in love with this dude, man. It is crazy how y'all got this cult after this dude. But yeah, here we are. Here we are. Don't worry about it, man. The FBI ain't gonna do shit. Hey, tell Kash Patel I said fuck him. What is he gonna do? Kash Patel, he can't even hit what? He an Indian. An Indian who don't know where he looking at. What the fuck is he gonna do to me? Tell Kash Patel I said motherfuck him. Ain't nobody scared of the FBI, man. The FBI is straight garbage right now. You done hired Proud Boys and Oath Breakers to be in the FBI now. Nobody got time for that shit. It's an ideology group now. They lost all credibility. Fucking FBI, man. They out here. What they after Antifa? Well, here you go, man. Hold on. Hey, y'all motherfuckers after Antifa, where I am. I am a gold card member. Go ahead and take a screenshot of that shit. Screenshot that shit. I am a gold card carrying member of Antifa, right? I'm an Antifa field commander. You tell Kash Patel, come on and get me, man. Come and get me. Come accept my surrender. Fuck Kash Patel. And fuck the corrupt ass FBI and CIA. Y'all got zero credibility, man. Them agencies should be squad wiped when we get back in power. Just like they got rid of damn USAID, they should be squad wiped by executive order because the FBI ain't done shit for black people. What the fuck has the FBI did for black people? And go. What has the FBI done for black people? I almost became an agent, man. I almost fucked up. Well, I'm not claiming to be Antifa. Bitch, I am Antifa. Hey, hold on. He said I'm claiming to be Antifa. Bitch, I am Antifa. I'm BLM and Antifa. Right? Shit, the fuck we talking about? They feel like, you should be arrested. See, they're honking out my comments. What happened to the First Amendment? I thought y'all was about freedom, 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 freedom. Right? So you got a problem with me using my First Amendment rights? Right? You got a problem with me using the First Amendment? Answer my question. What has the FBI done for black people? COINTELPRO? Right? They assassinated all our black leaders. They've been out here. They've been weaponized by the Klan and white supremacist groups. They went out during the BLM uprising in 2020. They tried to get people in Colorado to go blow up buildings and shit and assassinate people. They had some crazy ass dude on the damn payroll. And now we're under COINTELPRO 3.0. Look at Texas. They sending people to jail for 100 years. 100 years, nobody got smoked. How can you sentence somebody to 100 years in prison and nobody lost their life? But you cool with white terrorists attacking the Capitol and smoking 5 police officers. Y'all cool with that, right? They beat the hell out that police officer, smoked that dude. Fanon barely made it out. They tased him until he passed out with his own taser. They said they wanted to smoke him with his own weapon. And not even them got to that many years. They only got 22 years for seditious conspiracy. But Trump corrupt ass threw it all out. Threw it out. He tried to give him some more money. So come on, man. What are we talking about? The FBI, federal agencies are hopelessly corrupt now because the head of the federal agency is a criminal. Donald Trump is a criminal. Hey, how many convictions do I got? How many criminal convictions do I have? Zero, bitches. Zero. Your motherfucking president got 34 felonies. 34 felonies. Hey, I don't want to hear shit ever again about law and order. Y'all bitch asses are criminals. Donald Trump is a criminal. He has stolen all kind of money, and Congress is complicit in him being a criminal. He on foreign jets and shit that he gave to him. What president you know do shit like that? They've been pushing that shit outside they turned the fucking White House into a trap house. They turned the damn Pentagon into a trap house. They've been running ass out of there for a minute. So come on. It's a mockery. Everything Trump touches turns to shit. I tell you, shit crazy, man. But let's get into our main event, because we're talking about Lindsey Graham. So let's get rid of the rumor mills. Let's talk about his cause of death.
Were there clues of the aortic dissection that took Lindsey Graham's life? There might have been a few. I'm Dr. Terry Simpson. If you like this information, give me a follow. 71-year-old Lindsey Graham of South Carolina died of a sudden cardiac arrest. Autopsy findings showed that he had an aortic dissection. What's that? The aorta is the largest blood vessel going off of the heart, and normally blood goes through the center or the lumen of the aorta. But if you have atherosclerotic disease, which Lindsey Graham had, the wall of the aorta is brittle, and sometimes blood will find its way into this part of the aorta, causing a false channel. That false channel can have two catastrophic effects on the heart. Number one, it can block the blood flow out of the coronary arteries. And number two, it can unseat the aortic valve. Both of those things are traumatic. Typically, you have a little bit of time once there's an aortic dissection, with 1 to 2% mortality per hour. But what are the clues that you can find it early? Typically, it's some early chest discomfort, but also if you listen to Lindsey Graham talk after he's coming back from the Ukraine, you will notice that he has a raspy voice. That happens because the aortic dissection involves part of the phrenic nerve. And there was a second senator who had a similar problem about 40 years ago. Senator Henry Jackson, or Scoop Jackson as he was known, out of the state of Washington, came back from a trip to Japan, and he had a raspy voice and some mild chest discomfort. He died in his sleep from an aortic dissection. So, here's some things to remember. If you suddenly get a raspy voice along with some mild chest pain, please dial 911 immediately so that you can go to a hospital. Had Lindsey Graham done that when he came back, he might be alive today. Unfortunately, he's not, and our condolences to his family. I'm Dr. Simpson. If you like medical information like this, give me a follow.
All right, so I dropped this because there's a lot of speculation about him being taken out. Listen, man. Lindsey Graham is not that high on the target list, okay? There are people with a lot more pull than Lindsey Graham. So it don't make no sense that a foreign actor will waste assets trying to take him out. So the most obvious thing is, like I said, he wasn't checking his stuff when he got, right? Those flights, it happened. So it is what it is. But if you're talking about targets, there's people in here who are a lot more influential than Lindsey Graham. He is just one senator. You got people who do way more shit. The billionaire class could do a lot more damage. So it is what it is. But listen, Lindsey Graham, man, we about to really break this shit down about who he was, because once again, America loves to lie. They love to lie about every damn thing, but they really want to lie about damn Lindsey Graham and who he was. And that's something I want to get into.
America's lost a true statesman. We don't have many left, but he was a true statesman. But I've lost a friend.
U.S. politicians are reacting to the sudden death of South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham, who died Saturday at the age of 71.
He couldn't help but try to look for another way to make the world safer, to make Americans safer, and to do the thing that he thought was necessary, even if it was unpopular.
What a terrible loss it is. He's a great politician.
Now, you know you got Sambo Scott out here buck dancing for this dude. And listen, once again, Sambo Scott is the same dude they got out here to say, hear me clearly, America's not a racist country. Now, for all my black people in the crowd, you know I keep that D coon spray, right? We keep that right there when you see them, because right now we know it's coon season. They out here buck dancing and running them up. But the fact that a black man could come out here and talk about racist ass Lindsey Graham is crazy. But we about to get into the nitty gritty on Lindsey Graham, right? We about to get into the nitty gritty of this shit.
He was a natural. There are very few of them. He was a natural politician. Got along with everybody.
He's going to be greatly missed by this White House and by all Americans. He made the Republican Party better. He made America better.
Some Trump administration officials posted tributes on social media. Vice President J.D. Vance saying Graham was, quote, willing to go to bat for you when it counted.
One of those guys who was constantly in touch with folks on both sides of the aisle, but also sharing with us his thoughts about where the president wanted to go and what we could do to help the president achieve some of those goals.
Someone said to me, how can you stand Lindsey Graham? And I said, well, I love him like a brother, which means when I fight with him, I want to kill him. Yet.
So Chris Coons is saying that he loved Lindsey Graham like a brother. Ain't that a bitch? And so I let you know that it's a lot of weak ass Democrats up on that hill, right? If you love Lindsey Graham like a brother, hell, I cut off my brother from fucking with Trump. I cut off all kind of people. I cut off my best man who I would serve in the military with. Best man in my wedding. Known him for 20 years. And when he was on that Trump shit and on that racist shit, I cut him loose. So the fact that these weak ass politicians can still, it lets you know it's performative, right? They didn't mean shit, right? So remember, they're not being impacted by this shit. What do they give a fuck if we lose our healthcare benefits or the price of living goes up for us? Them motherfuckers are multimillionaires. Just so you understand, the corruption is on both sides of the aisle. Congress is really the one to blame because Congress could have stopped this shit at any point. They say, you know what? Let's enforce the law. Let's not let the dude do what he's doing. But they complicit with this shit.
When we work together and when I see the good that he wants to do for our country, I'm able to forgive him and find the positives in him.
Some of my
right? He said he able to forgive him. Ain't that a bitch? You forgave him? You forgave Lindsey Graham for all the shit he did? That's why we here. Weak ass Democrats got to go too. Anybody that's willing to forgive Lindsey Graham should have their ass out of politics. Period.
My worst public fights I've had with any senator were with him. But yet, you know, you see him in the hallway the next day and he would smile and come up to me on a different subject entirely and pull me in to say, hey, let's get this done. It was almost like he was sending me a message from the time I got there that we are going to fight like hell, but we should never stop having the door open for us to do something good while we're here.
There will be a massive hole in the Senate, and in the size and shape of Lindsey Graham, it will impact everything. In the short term, we're down.
Yeah, listen, I'm not surprised by Cory Booker because Cory Booker is performative as fuck. Cory Booker has been pretty weak for a long time, man. And Cory Booker is not going to save us from fascism. But I'm going to tell you, you want to know why these people are so corrupt? Let's follow the money, man. Follow the money. If you really want to know why these people are so corrupt and they keep giving them passes, well, shit, let's look and see how much money they make.
This is the total combined net worth of every single member of Congress. This is the total.
Right? Over $4.9 billion. In case anybody didn't see that number. $4.9 billion fucking dollars. Everybody in Congress, that's the money they fucking making. $4.9 billion fucking dollars, bro. That's a lot of fucking corruption.
Combined net worth of every single member of Congress by party. This is the median net worth of every single member of Congress by party. And this.
You saw that medium? Medium net worth, $2 million. Medium. That's not even the high end.
This is the average net worth of every single member of.
Average net worth. Look at that shit. Republicans, the average Republican is making 26 fucking million. The average Democrat is making $12 fucking million. The average independent is making between 6 and 8 million. Do you see the fucking problem? Who you think they go write laws for? People who voting or the people who line their pockets? That's the problem, man. That's the fucking problem. They getting paid the fuck off. They getting paid off, man. That's why they doing this shit.
Congress by party. This is the average net worth of every single member of the House of Representatives.
That's the House of Representatives. The average Republican is making 18 million in the House of Representatives. The average Democrat is making over 12 million. Over $12 million. What the fuck are we talking about? These are public fucking servants, man. They're public servants. How the hell are they raking in money like this? Fuck. $18 million, bro? 18 million. You got to be like fucking basketball players and football players to get that shit. You don't see the corruption here? Their average salary is supposed to be like $178,000 a year. $178,000 a year. How the fuck are they out here with 26 million and 18 million? And because they are corrupt, yo. They getting lobbied, man. That's why they making this money. And that's why they doing what the lobbyists tell them.
And this is the average net worth of every single member of the United States Senate. This
Woo, hold on. Let me go back to that Senate. Hold on. Senate really pulling that shit in.
Of the United States Senate. This is the
Oh, let me get that shit. Hold on. We gotta get that. We gotta get that figure. Look at the senators. Look at the fucking senators. The average senator is making $55 million. God damn, bro. The average Republican, 55 million. 55 million. Do you see why billionaires have so much control over us? 55 fucking million. Do you think anybody in the federal government should be making that kind of money? Do you think anybody in the federal government should be making this type of money? Can you really be fair and impartial if you're making that kind of fucking money? 55 fucking million? Holy shit, man. I just need you to understand why Congress is not doing their job, man. Congress is supposed to serve as a check on power, but Congress itself is fucking openly corrupt. They're not listening to us because we can't line their pockets. Even the independents and the Democrats is making damn well over $10 million. So what are we talking about here?
Of every single member of the United States Senate. This is the average net worth increase for every member of Congress by year. And this is the average amount of total net worth increase since each representative has been in office. This is the average net worth of all Congress people who were elected in the 2020
right? Look at this shit.
Before election. And this is the average net worth of all members of Congress who were elected 20 or more years ago. This is the total number of members of Congress whose net worth is increased by more than $1 million per year while they were in Congress. And this is the total number of Congress people whose wealth increased by more than $5 million per year since they've been in office.
So $4.9 billion of net worth in Congress. These are the people that write laws that's supposed to serve as a check on the Supreme Court. That's supposed to serve a check on the executive branch. Do you see why it's not working? Do you see why we got more billionaires getting more money than they ever had? The largest transfer of wealth in American history went from the poor and working class to the rich. Do you understand what the fucking problem is? Congress is bought and paid for, man. The Supreme Court is bought and paid for. To the Trumpers in here, do you think these motherfuckers are worth $55 million? So the people who voted for Trump, that's crying in my fucking comment section, do you think a motherfucker in Congress is worth $55 million? Just fucking help me out with that. Do you think a motherfucker is worth $55 million? They don't even work the full year. They don't even work the full year. These are the same people, when they shut down the government, federal workers suffer. They money still come in. Whether the government is open or closed, they still get paid. Whether they cancel your health care or not, they're locked in for their shit. They get health care forever after they finish their little term. And they rich as fuck. Insider trading, all kind of stock shit they do. Understand, guys, we're being sold the fuck out, man. We are being sold out. And that's the real problem. But let's continue, man. Let's continue. But wait, there's more. Hey, let's see how Bibi Netanyahu feels about Lindsey Graham. Well, go ahead, bro. Hold on. Maybe we have some fucking technical difficulties. Man, spit that shit out. All right, fuck it. Let me yank that shit. We're going to try it again. Hold on. Bibi Netanyahu, you having some problems right now, man. Run that shit back.
Such an American patriot. He was unabashedly for America, and he was unabashedly against the enemies of America. And he spoke what he thought. You know, had a way with him. He had this charming Southern drawl, and you knew something was coming when he would say, well, I'm just a poor old Southern boy. And then you know he's coming in with the most penetrating insight that few people can deny and that everybody recognizes is the truth. He had a way with him. He was a wonderful, wonderful friend, a great American patriot, and a great champion of the Israel-American alliance. And I'll miss him personally a lot, a lot. I really, really thought the world of him. And I think the world has lost a great human being. America's lost a great senator, and we have lost a great friend.
Oh my God, man. Listen, Bibi Netanyahu is a motherfucking war criminal, man. He is a killer of children. He's a genocider, man. He is everything that Nazi Germany was to the Jews in World War II. That is what Bibi Netanyahu is. And you need to be able to speak the truth about that. Him and Mossad, man, has done so much fucking dirt. Machine gun scientists, bomb children, all kind of horrible shit, man. So if Bibi Netanyahu is saying nice things about you, you know you're not shit. But hold on, it's not like Lindsey wasn't talking about that way, because how did he feel about Bibi Netanyahu?
President Trump has embarked on a great quest to destroy a religious Nazi regime.
I will be with Israel to our dying day.
Okay, he cool
To our
with it.
Arab friends, I've tried to help you construct a new Mideast. I can't go to South Carolina and say we're fighting and you won't publicly fight. I go back to South Carolina, I'm asking them to send their sons and daughters over to the Mideast.
Right? So he is all in for Israel.
I'm not with you, I'm with Israel. I will be with Israel to our dying day. I'm willing to do a mutual defense agreement with your country to give you protection.
That's him.
If you're attacked by Iran, we would go to war for you.
Right? So he lied about everything.
To all those who don't believe that, you're stupid.
We in this dumbass war with Iran that does not help America at all.
The IC continues to assess that Iran is not building a nuclear weapon, and Supreme Leader Khamenei has not authorized the nuclear weapons program that he suspended in 2003.
Yes,
And to all those who died in this endeavor called Epic Fury, you're protecting America.
Right, you protecting America. Yeah, from what? Leave. The dog's still outside. They're trying to get in. Poor dogs.
God bless Israel.
All right.
We should move all our stuff to Israel. Thank you.
Okay, so it's pretty obvious about how I want you to hear from his own mouth, right? These guys let a foreign nation take over America. That's why we say Israel first, right? Is America, hey, is this government America first or Israel first? Is it America first or Israel first? Is it America first or Israel first? Right? Everybody said America first. Is it America first or Israel first? I think we already know, man. We already know. Hey, we've been knowing. We've been knowing what this shit is. Hell. Hey, it's been that shit.
United States of Israel. That's your resume. Killing children every day. while you look away. United States of Israel. Netanyahu's pet Trump is a pedophile. Don't you forget.
That's the facts, bro. Facts over your feelings, right? Facts over your feelings. It's the United States of Israel, period. That's what's happening here, man. So much for not having foreign powers that have control over us. It's really a damn shame how we let these boys come up in here and just take the fuck over. CIA is useless. Defense agency is just useless. You got poor red states giving millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars. Arkansas can't even fix their fucking roads. They giving tens of millions of dollars. Shit, $150 million they gave to Israel. What the fuck are we talking about here, man? I don't know. There's very few places we can go from here. None of them are good. This is how crazy shit is right now. Just to let you know. But hey, everybody who got nice shit to say about Lady G, let's hear some more of him. Let's hear some more of him talking right now.
When you look at the last few years since October 7th, many people in this part of the world say what happened in Gaza does not align with Christian values. Killing children, killing mothers,
Well, be honest
killing
with
families
you,
who are not militants.
Yeah, I don't buy that at all.
Why?
Because what did we do in World War II? Did we think 1 minute about starving the Germans? Did we bomb every city into smithereens? So this
You
is a
compare
war. No,
October 7th to World War II.
Yes, I am. This is an absolute existential threat to the Jewish people. What happened on October the 7th was 1,200 people were slaughtered, raped, and murdered and filmed by radical Islamists who would kill every Jew if they could, to the world. If you don't understand this is a threat to Israel's
And then they
survival,
flattened Gaza.
just flatten it. We flattened Berlin. We flattened Tokyo. Were we wrong to drop an atomic bomb to end the Japanese reign of terror? Were we? So my view,
Well, were we? Listen, dear. Yes, can you get the dog done so it's not messing up stuff? So were we wrong to drop 2 nukes? Since Lindsey Graham put it to the test, did we deserve? Did Japan deserve to eat 2 nukes? Did Japan deserve to eat 2 nukes? Listen, so I let you know that America has been on that imperialistic shit for a while, man. Remember, 60 million people lost their lives during World War II. 60 million people lost their lives during World War II. 60 million. And America dropped it because we're the only ones who had it in the world. You know who we got the nukes from, right? Operation Paperclips. We got it from the Nazis. We got our jet technology from the Nazis. We got our road layout from the Autobahn from the Nazis. We got our stealth technology from the Nazis. Just to let you know, hey, things that make you go, you ain't got to believe shit I'm saying. You have AIs, you can go Google that shit. Go verify what I'm telling you. That shit came from Operation Paperclip. Just to let you know, man. But come on, Lindsay, tell us some more.
if I were Israel, I would have probably done it the same way. Without military victory, there is no hope of breaking radicalism. We flattened Germany. We flattened Japan.
How many Americans
Wait a
believe
minute.
this?
Out of that,
the way that how many Americans think the way that you do?
I think most Republicans think the way I do.
Even young ones.
You're just out of touch if you don't understand Republicans, when it comes to radical Islam, is on Israel's side. It's not even close.
There you go. So that is the words of Lady G himself, right? That's not no AI shit. That's him in a real interview. So you see exactly what he okay with genocide. And no matter how you slice that shit, man, Israel is committing textbook genocide. They smoked all the damn hospitals, smoked all the damn reporters, destroyed food trucks that they had geolocated, took out children. I watched a video of a kid just live streaming himself on the beach. Sniper took him out with a headshot. So what are we talking about here, man? The IDF are pure evil, and so is Benjamin Netanyahu. These people, these Jews, that's all white, that's in there is like a fucking cancer, like locusts, right? Destroying all the brown people around them. That's what Israel is, and they lied. They even attacked us. They attacked the fucking USS Liberty. And we stayed quiet about that shit because America's been bending the knee to Israel for quite some time. So at some point, you got to wake up and cut them demons off. America don't give a fuck about the genocide that's happened over there because they don't care about the genocide that happened to black people here. That's what you got to understand. They've been doing that shit. All that shit in Epstein files, they did that shit in those concentration camps. They doing that shit to prisoners. So you got to wake up and see what's happening out here. Our government is corrupt. We're sliding towards autocracy. That's just the facts. And speaking of facts, let's talk about this dude. Let's get some truth about Lady G.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to stand here and pretend that Senator Lindsey Graham was a great and honorable man just because he's dead, because he wasn't. Lindsey Graham was a miserable, evil warmonger with no principles. The sad, pathetic end of his career is a testament to a Republican Party that's become a cult to Donald Trump. And I don't care what anybody says from the Republican Party. I'm not going to take any lectures from them after they support a president who virtually spit on the graves of John McCain, Robert Mueller, and Rob Reiner. What made Lindsey Graham so horrible is that he knew better. He was close friends with Republican Senator John McCain, the man Trump attacked in life and kept attacking after he died in 2018. And then he snuggled up to Trump like a puppy dog begging for a bone from his owner. What kind of man befriends the enemy of his deceased best friend? Trump gave out Lindsey Graham's personal cell phone number to the world, and Lindsey laughed it off like the beta male that he always was. What I hate about Lindsey Graham is that he knew exactly who Trump was from the beginning. He called Trump
a race-baiting, xenophobic, religious bigot.
He said he's
unfit for office.
And said that he
doesn't have the temperament or judgment to control himself.
Graham said that Trump would be
the most flawed nominee in the history of the Republican Party.
And after all that, he became Trump's little lapdog. Yes, he briefly broke with Trump after the January 6th insurrection and said,
"Count me out. Enough is enough."
But the very next month, he was cozying up to Trump again. And just last year, Graham said that
Trump is my favorite president.
And why?
We're killing all the right people.
And that's who Lindsey Graham was. A man who got a hard-on for war. Afghanistan, Iraq, Venezuela, Cuba, Iran. It didn't matter for Lindsey.
I go back to South Carolina. I'm asking them to send their sons and daughters over to the Mideast.
Graham recently told Israel,
"Why is it okay for America to drop 2 nuclear bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki? To Israel, do whatever you have to do."
I don't care if Lindsey Graham was gay and spent his whole life in the closet. That's a struggle his conscience had to deal with and take to his grave. I do care that he spent his entire career supporting a party that tried to hurt LGBTQ people. And that's the problem. It's the constant lies and hypocrisy from Graham and the Republican Party. When President Obama nominated a Supreme Court justice in 2016, Graham made up a new rule that we can't fill a vacancy in the last year of a president's term. But then when Ruth Bader Ginsburg died in the last few months of Trump's first term, Graham changed the rule and pushed Amy Coney Barrett onto the Supreme Court 1 week before Election Day.
And you could use my words against me and you'd be absolutely right.
He did the same thing on abortion. First he said
States should decide the issue of abortion.
Then a few months later, he supported a national abortion ban because
this is not a states' rights issue.
Today's Republicans have no principles but power. If they will sell their souls to Trump, they'll sell their souls to the next highest bidder as well. But now that Lindsey Graham is dead and Mitch McConnell may be next, it's time for us to put a stop once and for all to the mad cult of Donald Trump.
Straight up, man. And that's facts, man. And you're not going to hear nobody in the mainstream media say this. They're going to kiss ass because they're corrupt, right? Our media is bought and paid for. Our media is bought and paid for, guys. And so CNN and MSNBC, they're going to sit back here and try to paint this whack-ass picture. You heard Lindsey Graham's own words. You use his own words against them. They're fucking hypocrites, man. They made America far worse, not better. But wait, there's more, man. We're going to get these truth tellers out tonight, man. Let's keep that shit going.
Lindsey Graham is dead. And there's going to be a
lot of shit, her shit is too low.
Who are playing in respectability politics, saying he was a worthy opponent, a statesman. I'm sorry, that man has always been a monster.
Ass too
Even
low.
if you go back as far as 2013, he was introducing legislation that would have kicked 20 million Americans.
Hold on. We're gonna drop that one. I'll come back to my girl, man. She too low on that one. You can hear it? Hold on. Can you guys hear it? I'll run it back if you can hear it. But it seemed like she's super low talking. If y'all can hear it, I'll run it back. But it seemed like, okay, you got it. All right, I'll run it back. All right, let's go. We're gonna run it back then. Pick it up, girl. I like
Graham
that.
is dead. And there's going to be a lot of posts from Democrats who are playing in respectability politics, saying he was a worthy opponent, a statesman. I'm sorry, that man has always been a monster. Even if you go back as far as 2013, he was introducing legislation that would have kicked 20 million Americans off of their health care. He has tried a couple times to enact a national abortion ban, even though he says it's up to the states. And let's not forget this. Do you remember when Dylan Roof walked into that church and gunned down 9 Americans? Do you know who came out in defense of the Confederate flag? It was Lindsey Graham.
Right? So after Dylan Roof smoked those people in that church, he defended the Confederate flag. The fuck are we talking about, man? He's a fucking racist demon. That alone he can burn forever. It's forever fuck Lindsey Graham. Just let y'all know. It's forever fuck him.
He said it was part of who we are. And then a week later, he had to backtrack because of the backlash. He is a co-sponsor of the Save America Act, which would disenfranchise millions of Americans. And he has tried this not once, but twice, just so you know. So he doesn't want all Americans to vote. He said systemic racism doesn't exist.
Care Bear's good people. I like her.
Harris and Barack Obama as examples. He said that black South Carolinians are free to travel wherever throughout the state as long as they are Republicans. This man has always been a monster.
All right. Yeah, listen, I believe, he died of a heart attack, man. If you guys have an issue with that, go back to the beginning of the live. If you go back to my YouTube page or my Twitch page, I'll show you the video of Dr. breaking it out. Listen, hey, health got him, man. His health got him. A lot of these guys are out of shape. Look, I'm going to get my shit scanned. I'm going to do an actual scan, getting scanned for all that shit, man. Diabetes, aneurysm, stroke. It's a damn shame that we have to pay out of pocket for that shit in America, but that's just how it is. That's what rich people do. It's a shame because in other countries, you get that shit as part of it. Preventative care you can get. But here, it's all about the money. So, but listen, I'm glad something got him up out of here because if he had stayed there, he would do more dirt. Right? So it's better that he gone. It's better his ass up out of here. Because Lindsey Graham, man, listen, nobody missing him. Fuck what they telling you. Nobody missing that demon. But wait, there's more.
If Lindsey Graham were nothing other than a warmonger, someone eager to spill foreign blood on behalf of so-called American interests, someone who never saw a war he did not like, who was an eager cheerleader of the war in Iraq.
So knowing what you know right now, Senator Graham, and knowing what Senator McCain knows right now, even though there were no WMD, even though there were no links between Saddam and Al-Qaeda or 9/11, you still think it was a good idea to go to war?
Absolutely. I am glad that the Saddam Hussein regime is over. I'm glad that a democracy is beginning to emerge in the heart of the Arab world.
A long time.
So you see already, there was no reason to go into Iraq. I can tell you that as an Iraq veteran. Iraq was a waste of time, life, and resources because Saddam Hussein did not attack us on 9/11, period. And the average life of the Iraqi is worse. ISIS came out of Iraq. We made shit worse. We made shit worse over there. And America has always been fucking around in Iraq and Iran. The CIA has always had their nose in their fucking business and overthrow governments and let dictators take over because they love stealing that oil. And that's just the facts, man.
Time cheerleader for war in Iran, and subsequently a massive supporter of the current war in Iran.
Now, President Trump, thank God he was there. He's the right guy at the right time. And when he heard they were that close to 10 weapons, he acted. And you know what? When this is over,
We're going to obliterate their nuclear program, and there's going to be a new dawn in the Mideast. President Trump, you did the right thing. God bless you. And Steve and Jared, you literally saved the world from terrorism.
If that was Lindsey Graham's entire legacy, and you can maybe throw in his shameful performance at the Kavanaugh hearings in 2018.
I would never do to them what you've done to this guy. This is the most unethical sham since I've been in politics. And if you really wanted to know the truth, you sure as hell wouldn't have done what you've done to this guy. Are you a gang rapist? No.
That was it.
Now, remember, Kavanaugh did not even get a damn FBI background check. Kavanaugh, corrupt ass, did not even get a background check. That's how corrupt the Republican Party is. So they stacked the fucking court because they want the court not to be fair and impartial or interpret the law, but to legislate for them from the bench, to do the damn deeds of the right-wing billionaire class, paid for by Harlan Crow. We know Uncle Ruckus is bought and paid for by Harlan Crow, a right-wing billionaire.
If that was all Lindsey Graham had done, he would still be an ignominious figure, someone who we would say, good riddance. Glad he's no longer in the Senate. Sorry for his family, I suppose. But as a public figure, no one who you're necessarily sorry to see go, leave the stage. But that's not all Lindsey Graham was, as we know. Lindsey Graham was one of the Republicans early on who understood what Trump was. Graham ran in the 2016 Republican primary, dropped out pretty early, but saw then that Trump was trouble. But Graham, who never had much of an independent streak, who was always looking for someone to latch himself onto like the natural-born follower he was, Graham ignored his own misgivings, ignored his own statements, and became a loyal supporter of Trump through that first term. He even assisted Trump in the president's effort to undermine and overturn the Georgia presidential election in his failed attempt to make himself president against and above the will of the voters. Graham participated in that. Loyal soldier. A toady, you might say. But then came January 6th, and soon thereafter, Graham announced that he was done with it all, that he had followed Trump, and this was a bridge too far.
Trump and I, we've had a hell of a journey. I hate it being this way. Oh my God, I hate it. From my point of view, he's been a consequential president. But today, first thing you'll see. All I can say is count me out. Enough is enough.
Of course, it wasn't a bridge too far. Not long after that, Graham...
Now, I would tell you this. Anybody that supports Trump after January 6th is beyond redemption, period. If you can support Trump after a fucking insurrection on the Capitol, then you are beyond redemption as well. Not even the Confederate demons did that shit. They tried to overthrow our fucking democracy in 4K. And the fact that you let his criminal ass go back up in there, he was charged with fucking 91 felonies. He committed way more than that. He should have been under the prison. The only federal facility that Trump should have been in was in fucking Rikers Island, period. And because you chose white supremacy over the rule of law, America will continue to decline. And it's not going to mean shit. The rule of law don't mean shit when you got criminals running the country. So ISIS going to take it too far. They're going to smoke one too many people, and it's going to be open season. Once that shit starts, once the fighting starts in the street, good luck stopping it. Once the motherfuckers realize that they got to start putting these motherfuckers to sleep for attacking their family members, and that it's no holds barred, and it's every man for themselves, then we can get this shit popping.
Graham was once again firmly behind Donald Trump. And as Trump made his political comeback, Graham was right there, loyal follower, eager to suck up to daddy. Last month, Graham yet again won his bid in the South Carolina Senate primary, and in his victory speech, he thanked two people, God, and not far behind, in his words, Donald Trump.
So I want to start with a bunch of thank yous. I want to thank the big guy, God. Trump comes later. Mr. President, you're not far behind God, but we're going to start with him.
And so with Lindsey Graham's passing on Sunday, how should we remember him? I'd say, as warmonger, and then also as someone who was an eager assistant, an eager aide, an eager supporter of Donald Trump's efforts to subvert and destroy American democracy, an eager supporter of, over the last 18, 19 months, Donald Trump's effort to replace American democracy with a personalist autocracy led by him and his array of courtiers and family members. How should we remember Lindsey Graham as someone who knew better, who told us he knew better, who understood what Trump was, and yet who, out of venal self-interest, out of some deep psychological need to attach himself to a powerful man, whatever it is, and yet, for whatever it is, and whatever reason, Lindsey Graham decided that he would join up with Trump, as Trump waged war against our democracy, against our birthright as Americans. The most fitting thing about all of this, of course, is that for all of his devotion to Trump, Trump couldn't give a shit. When asked about Graham's passing, all Trump had to say is, it'd be harder to pass the SAVE Act now.
And he, calls me about the Save America Act. He thought we were going to get it passed.
Do you remember
This is a big blow to the Save America Act.
No remarks about Graham's life, no comments about his support or companionship or friendship or whatever. Nothing human, just a cold calculation about the votes. Graham gave everything to Trump. Graham sacrificed what reputation he had to Trump. Graham behaved in such a way so that when he is remembered, he's not remembered for his own right, not remembered for the things he did, which again, not that much, not very much that was good, but is remembered primarily as Trump's little assistant.
Ass kisser.
His little Renfeld. His
Diaper
Waylon
fluffer.
Smithers.
When I pass on, you shall be buried alive with me.
Smithers.
And what does
actually
Trump have to
gets
say
it
in
good.
return?
That's a good one.
Nothing. Graham's life didn't matter
Fucking
to him.
Smithers,
Not
man.
outside of what Graham could give to him.
I didn't even think about that shit, man.
It's fitting. It's in its own way sad. And it should be a warning to everyone who cozies up to Trump, who hopes to get Trump on their side, that Trump is on no one's side but his own, and he doesn't care about you or your life. We've seen this again and again. And I'm certain no one will learn the lesson. Lindsey Graham certainly didn't.
Facts. Hey, straight facts there, people. And Lindsey Graham also represents the Republican Party. The Republican Party knew what Trump was. They knew that he represented the worst of them, right? The people they kept back on the sidelines. They let them bitches take over. The racist ass Tea Party became MAGA, and they all became MAGA. They purged all of the middle of the road Republicans, got them out of there, and they became MAGA. And that's who they are. There is no walking back from that shit now. They are ride or die MAGA, period. For better or for fucking worse, that's who they are. And that's who they will always be. The Republican Party should be squad wiped for the dirty shit they've done. But this gets into, some uncomfortable truths. But let's talk about it.
Most white people don't like black people. Now, that's a statement that really riled up some of my friends on Facebook. I saw it in a comment section about the tragic accident, homicide of Nolan Wells. A black commenter said, most white people don't like black people, and a lot of my white liberal friends seemed very upset. They felt like that white people were being mischaracterized, that stereotypes were being applied to people unfairly because all the people in their social circle like black people, and they voted for Kamala Harris and they voted for Barack Obama. Listen, there's a shit ton of white people in this country that voted for Barack Obama and voted for Kamala Harris and have black friends that still don't like black people. Let me explain to you white people, because I know all the black people in here watching already know this, don't you? So for the white people that have hung on this long, let me give you an explanation. You can't like black people and never spend time in black spaces. You can't like black people and never take time to learn about black culture. or adjust how you speak to black people so that you are being polite within the confines of their customs, their culture. You can't like black people and not know a single black person's birthday. You can't like black people and never invite a black person into your family gatherings or to come over for the holidays. You can't like black people and never have been in one of your black friends' houses. You can't like black people and leave your only black friend on an island out in the middle of the ocean to catch a ride with someone else on an island full of white people without his cell phone. You might like to hang around with him. You might think he's funny. You might think that they're entertaining. You might enjoy their company. You might be courteous to them. You might be polite to them. But you don't like them if you're not willing to learn about them, if you're not willing to spend time in places that aren't white spaces with black people.
Exactly. Who gonna leave their cell phone? I would never.
That's
leave
a
my
hard
phone.
truth. But it is a truth. And I know a lot of you that are white liberals, white allies, think that what we're talking about is stopping lynchings and making sure people have a right to vote, or ending gerrymandering, or letting Colin Kaepernick take a knee, or getting justice for Breonna Taylor, or any number of other people who have been wrongfully killed by the police or persecuted, or celebrating Juneteenth. But that is not what we're talking about. We're talking about a toxic virus that is white supremacy that infiltrates every part of our culture. It is so deeply ingrained in American culture that even within the black community, there is colorism and there is white supremacy. Every single person on here that's watching that is black is nodding their head, I guarantee you, when I say that, because they know people in their community
facts
that do things that support white supremacy. We have a council person right here in Mobile who used the term black on black crime to talk about an incident between two black people during Mardi Gras. Black on black crime. A black council person in Mobile used that phrase, used the language of white supremacy out loud, and let themselves be quoted in the biggest publication in this state, AL.com. White supremacy, we are infested with it.
At every fucking level. And that's when they tell you black on black crime, that is a lie, right? Even the term, because we know white on white crime is legendary. White on black crime is legendary for all the shit that we've talked about even before, with all the purges and all the shit. But this white man right here, he is spitting that John Brown energy. And that's what real allies got to do. Because if you start walking that shit long enough, they're going to start coming at you, right? Because you will be uncomfortable when you really start speaking the truth about America. And this white man right here, he is spitting the fucking truth.
It is not enough that you don't use the N-word when you sing along to your hip hop songs and that you repost every time a black person is wrongfully killed by the cops. You need to be having conversations with your friends. You need to be talking about deeper, next level things in terms of white supremacy. You need to be teaching your children how to handle having a black friend, and teach them that they don't fucking leave them alone on an island 10 miles out in the ocean without their cell phone.
Okay, that's facts, man. Fun fact, guys, only 3 to 5% of Americans was abolitionists. And it tells you that who was the first person to get hung in America for treason? Was it the Confederacy? No. John Brown, an abolitionist, was the very first person to be hung for treason in America. So there you go, man. There you go. So it's a penalty if you fight against this white supremacist system. You got to understand that the United States of America, this Constitution, all that rah, rah, rah shit was made for rich white people by rich white people. If you strip away the fucking amendments, look what they thought of us. 3/5 human. That shit wasn't for black people. So you can have all these founding fathers, man, racist as fuck. This man right here, good old George Washington, had 600 motherfucking slaves, had slave teeth in his mouth. And he's the forefather of the country. So racism is not a party thing, it's a white thing. Since some Spaniards kicked that shit off, man, in the 1400s with that shit, the colonization, this class ranking by race. America is obsessed with race. Every time you go do something, DMV, you're buying weapons, they want to know what race you are. Always what race you are so they can classify your ass. And guess who at the bottom of that shit? Black people. At the motherfucking bottom. And they want us down there. So that's just the truth, man. And so we're going to have to threaten the entire system, guys. We're going to have to threaten the entire system. Because they can't stop talking about us. They make millions of motherfuckers out here. Right? So once again, if you want to know the truth about the slave trade, white people kidnap black people. Yeah, they dupe some people to selling people off, but nobody made chattel slavery. Africa did not know what chattel slavery was. Only evil ass white people could do that type of shit. To say you a slave forever in this bitch. Right? Indentured servants, well, that was like prisoners of war. But chattel slavery, the shit that America voted against being the worst crime against humanity, well, only white people could do that shit in America. Right? And even when they banned that shit overseas, they raped black women on plantations, on sex trafficking plantations. You can go research that shit. Once again, if you want to know about the most diabolical villains in history, we got to talk about white people in the United States of America. White people in the United States of America is some of the most evil motherfuckers on earth, period. I could not even think of do shit to my enemies in combat, what you've done to us. My mama was a slave in Mississippi. Long after Lincoln said 407 years ago in the Emancipation Proclamation, blah, 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 Juneteenth, blah, 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 y'all kept that shit going. Slavery is still legal in the United States of America. You got Negroes picking cotton on slave plantations in prisons down there, Angola, damn, Louisiana. Period. That's facts over your feelings. That's facts over your feelings, man. So if you want to talk about racism, let's talk about it. The most racist country on earth. Maybe the most racist country in human history. Who did it better? Shit, China do it better. Rome did it better than America. America so racist, you chose a demon. You'd rather have a criminal in office than a black, powerful woman. Period. I'm sorry. He says slavery is not legal in the United States of America. I'm sorry. When was slavery abolished? And go. When was slavery abolished? Yeah, he's honking out right now. When was slavery abolished? Shit. We got a whole ass constitution right here in front of us. I mean, like, bro, you got, listen, here's a pocket book version of the fucking Constitution. Right? Like, what are we talking about here, man? Have you even looked at the fucking 13th Amendment? Hold on, bro. Fuck it. I'll pull it up. Hold on. Hey, I am reading an excerpt from the 13th Amendment. From the 13th Amendment. Let's read together, shall we? Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime wherever the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States of America or any place subject to their jurisdiction. Once again, that motherfucker said what? Except, comma, except. That means they still allow slavery in prisons. Now, I know that shit hurt your feelings, but why the fuck you think I'm carrying this? Right? This is right here, you know, pocket constitution. Go whip that shit out. So it never was there. That's how my mama was a fucking slave, because they still push that shit. If you go look up sharecropping, what sharecropping was to black people, that's all that was backdoor slavery. Sharecropping for black people was backdoor slavery. My mom had a 3rd grade fucking education. She had to escape from fucking Mississippi and marry a sailor. America's so motherfucking racist that my mama did not even know what day she was born, because black people was not allowed to be born in fucking hospitals in the late 30s and early 40s in this country. My mama was a motherfucking slave in Clarksdale, Mississippi. Period. My uncle died because he did not get any type of care, because other damn people in here slaving did not have access to medical shit. They thought they held the boy too long, and that's why he died. It's just facts, man. It's just facts. So once again, there have been no white slaves in America, right? Y'all love to talk that crazy shit, man, because y'all stuck on stupid. There was no, white people were never enslaved like that. And even in prisons, it's done by race. Once again, white people are treated better in prison. That's how I know you don't know shit about it, right? Because I know people who've been in prison. My dad died in prison. Shit. So we know that even in prison, it's segregated by race. What are we talking about, man? So this is the truth. I told you, I'm gonna hit you with the truth. I don't have to lie. America, white people in America, you love your lies, man. You love that shit. But I'm gonna hit you with the truth. You may not like my black ass, but you can go back there and let's talk about it. We can talk about the truth. Slavery is still happening here. Why you think you got the Confederacy is still here? The Confederacy still exists in America. How the fuck you still got the Confederacy here? Because the Republican Party is the party of the Confederacy. Period. Facts over your feelings. Once again, man, I read from the Constitution. And listen, I'm going to tell you something. I am not here to educate white people. I don't give a fuck, right? Demons, I'm not here to educate you. I don't give a fuck what you believe. You think I'm here to convince occultists? Man, you do you. I am here to defeat you. I am standing back and standing by to break Nat Turner's record when that shit get dark. Because I understand that it's only one way to deal with the Confederacy. Only one way. And that's the Nat Turner way. That's the John Brown way. Every Confederate demon should have been at the end of a rope at the end of World War I. But because America loved their white brothers and sisters more than they loved our freedom and our existence as human beings, that's why we're still here. That's why you still cover for them bitches. That's why you still try to pack the prisons against black people, even though we make up 50% of exonerations. Because we know who you are. We know how you operate. So you can lie to yourself, but you'll never be able to lie to us. And you'll never be able to lie to the rest of the world. You vote for fucking pedophiles, dude. The fuck are we talking about? Donald Trump is named more in the Epstein files than Jesus Christ is named in the Bible. But yet he's still your motherfucking president, huh? Because it shows you how corrupt you are. Because of the idea of whiteness. You choose whiteness even over democracy. That's why you're teetering here on this shit. And it's going to fall apart, man. When that shit fall apart, you're going to find out. For all of you think that you're going to win a second civil war, you're not. Once again, what was the percentage of black people during the first Civil War? How many people where in America was black? What is the percentage of the black race in America during the Civil War? We kicked your ass once. We're going to do it again. Right? 14%. 14%. And let me tell you another thing. Do you think white people are counting our true numbers? Do you think racist white people in America are counting how many blacks it really is? Do you still think that black Americans are only like 13% of the population? If we was only 13% of the population, then why the fuck are you changing the voting rights to come after us? Why are you all your energy trying to suppress the black vote? You fear the black vote. You fear us being armed, but you can't stop that shit. I am more heavily armed now than I was as a United States soldier. That I can tell you, and I'm prepared. My sons are prepared. I'm trying to get every black person and their daddy to have that heat on them. Because we must be ready for what these demons want. When they tell you they want to make America great again, they want to take us back to Jim Crow. They want to take us back as far as they can go, back to slavery. If they outlaw Negroes tomorrow, what y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do? I'm gonna eat their ass up. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna eat their ass up. Because the law don't mean shit if you got criminals running the country. So once that shit start falling apart, understand, man, it's time. It's time to get back. I need some get back for my mama being a slave. I need some get back for all these fucking, all that crime y'all been doing. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm waiting on. Period. Hell will flash freeze over, man, before I forgive demons for what y'all been doing. Y'all done far too much, and you haven't learned shit. To this day, man, you still haven't learned shit. You still choose demons over human decency. So let's get it. Because I fuck around and get fired up, man. We'll get through them. We won't get to the next lesson. Right? But this is it, man. This is it. Let's hit y'all with some more truth, though.
My dad used to say this. You can't beat white people at anything. Never. But you can knock them out. Like if you have 6 and the white guy has 5, he wins. If you're black, you can't let it go to the judge's decision because you're gonna lose no matter how bad you beat this man up. You know, Larry Holmes, Jerry Cooney is the perfect example of life. Larry Holmes beats the shit out of this guy for 11 rounds. He knocks him out in the 11th round. They had to stop the fight. The man is bloody. He's been beaten the whole fight. They go to the judges' scorecards. Larry Holmes is losing the fight. If he didn't knock him out, he would have lost the title. And that is essentially the black experience. You're always black. There's always going to kind of be an overreaction one way or the other.
That's America, man. And Chris Brown should know, man. Or Chris should know, man. Not Brown, but you know. Listen. This guy, Chris Rock, his mom went through all that shit. His mom was in that shit too during Jim Crow. They had to go to the vet to get medical shit because black people was not allowed in hospitals. Just to let y'all know, man. Y'all like to think all that Jim Crow slavery shit was like back in the day. Listen, we're not losing, bro. Only thing is losing is y'all losing. See, what you don't understand is by throwing all that shit on us, you make us overcome that shit. There is no timeline I wouldn't want to be black, period. White supremacy right now, the idea of white supremacy is really is dying out. Donald Trump is the epitome of the white delusion of white supremacy. That's it. Is y'all losing. You don't know it yet, but you losing. Our adversaries are going past us. Allies are going past us. So you are losing because you can't let go of that race shit. It's going to cost you everything. It's going to cost you everything. And good luck to you. Because listen, I'm coming with the same black flag energy that y'all gave to my ancestors. I'm the absolute wrath of my ancestors. I'm just waiting for people to catch up. Because I do not believe that you can help these demons. I do not believe you can help them. I believe they are too far gone. They're too far gone, man. They're in a cult, right? They believe that Jesus Christ, that white Jesus is going to save them and empower them to, keep doing all this imperial bullshit. So it is what it is. But hold on, let me drop you some history on dapping and why we dap each other as black people.
You've done it 1,000 times without even thinking about it. You see your people, you dap them up. Second nature, automatic. But that greeting almost nobody thinks twice about, it was born out of war. During the Vietnam War, over 275,000 black Americans served. More than 7,200 never made it home. Black soldiers were routinely handed the most dangerous missions, passed over for promotions, and in several reported cases, shot by their own fellow soldiers. White soldiers in combat on their own side. So black GIs built something.
And they also called it fragging, right? Because they threw grenades, they used grenades to take each other out. That's how deep it was. We had no place in Vietnam as black people.
The military could never take from them. I'm Dr. Michael H. Ford, and this is a story you need to hear. They called it the DAP, believed to stand for dignity and pride. A series of handshakes, fist taps, and gestures that carried one unmistakable message. I'm not above you, you're not above me. We're side by side, we're together. It wasn't just a greeting, it was a pact. The DAP could carry real information too. What to expect on the battlefield. What had just happened during an operation. A silent language built for men who could not always trust what was said out loud. White commanders saw it as a threat. They believed it was coded language for rebellion. So the military banned it outright. Hundreds of black soldiers were court-martialed, jailed, or dishonorably discharged for nothing.
Can you imagine being court-martialed for dapping somebody? Right? You know how racist the motherfucking country got to be to court-martial black soldiers? I just want to let you know this shit is deeper than Trump. Trump is just the latest iteration of this racist-ass white supremacy myth that these demons love doing. But America has been a racist country. From its inception, it's been racist.
More than dapping each other up. They kept doing it anyway. Later in the war, the military discovered something unexpected. Many black veterans, carrying trauma from what they had survived, did not trust white doctors enough to accept treatment. So the military brought in black soldiers, fluent in the DAP, to dap with those veterans first, just to build enough trust for care to even begin.
Hold on. Somebody's saying something in here. He's like, what the F are you talking about? I'm a progressive leftist. Okay, so what that got to do with America being racist? Progressive leftist? Have I told you anything that's not true? Is there anything I've said that you've seen out here that's not true? These videos I'm showing you, anything that you've seen is not true. So can progressive leftists be racist? And go. Can a progressive leftist be racist? You goddamn right. You goddamn right, bro. Because racism is not limited to your political party. It's not limited to class. And guess what? In America, only one race can be racist. White people. Only white people can be racist because you guys have the power in this country. Yes, other people can be prejudiced, but if you're talking about racist, well, that's a system, guys. That's a system. The system that allowed my mother to be a slave in Mississippi in the 1930s. She didn't even know her own birthday. She had to guess the year and make up a date. Because that is a system. That is a system that is passed down from white person to white person. And it still is going on today. That is a system. Racism is a system. Okay, good. We good? All right. As long as we're good, guys. I want to make sure we got it. All right. As long as we got no misunderstanding. All right, we're good. Good shit.
Begin. A handshake used to heal a wound the military itself could not see. Today you'll find the DAP on NBA sidelines, in locker rooms, on street corners everywhere. But most people have no idea what it took to build it. So the next time you dap someone up, remember what it actually means. I'm not above you. You're not above me. We are side by side. We are together. If you want the full story on this topic, I created something for our community. A free searchable library of Black history, racism, and health equity. Every topic sourced and verified. Visit healingstartswithknowing.com. Healing starts with knowing. Follow for more.
All right, good shit. All right. Now we got it figured out. You was talking to me. All right, good shit. Look, guys, at the end of the day, that's that system of racism, right? Look at America. America would choose, they had studies where America would choose white criminals over black educated people with no criminal record. And there's no bigger showing of that than Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris should have beat Trump like Reagan beat Mondale. It should have been a complete fucking blowout, especially from white women, because white women, you lost your rights under Trump. He stripped your bodily autonomy. What happened to Rovember, right? What happened to Rovember? But white women overwhelmingly supported Trump, like 64%, even after losing your own bodily autonomy. So racism is there, and racism is being effectively used by the billionaire class. The billionaires have convinced white people that Mexicans are the problem, black people are the problem, instead of greedy ass billionaires like Elon Musk and, you know, all the rest of these guys out here who stole everything. Right? My man from the Heritage Foundation, Kevin Roberts, right? They said that he ain't a problem. Right? MAGA Mike Johnson, who out here making hella money. And so that lets you know, or fucking Leonard Leroy right here, a straight billionaire mega donor who spent the most dark money in U.S. history, like $1.6 billion. That's why the Supreme Court is bound, bend the knee to their will. That's why you got so many corrupt ass MAGA judges right now, because of these people. And instead of blaming them, instead of coming together and eating the fucking rich, they want to blame immigrants. And they use this whole lost cause myth, and they use the whole faulty ass replacement theory. But we need to replace them, because if this is what whiteness gets you, Trump and morons leading the country, whiteness needs to go away. So it is what it is. Yeah, I'm about to wrap this up anyway, guys. You know I get suppressed heavily. Make sure you follow me on my backup accounts, guys. I have about 9 accounts on TikTok. I rotate through when my accounts start getting compromised. I got 5 accounts on IG, but my main account I'm not using right now because it's under heavy attack. So my Union Gang HU account, I'm gonna lay off that for about the next fucking 5 months. Matter of fact, I won't go back there until I go back to my Union Gang account here at YouTube. I got 3 YouTube channels, right? So this is what the price you pay. Remember, guys, I do not get funded through this. I get funded through direct action. So if you guys want to support me, Venmo's out there. My Cash App is there. You can use a GoFundMe. You can use they got other stuff too. In my bio that you have, like, you can buy me a coffee, all that type of stuff. But I do this because I'm a true believer. The death of George Floyd woke me up forever. So I knew at that point I had to come out swinging. I knew that Black liberation needed us, and that this is it now. This is the fight of our generation. We have to get these people out of power. And the midterms may not save us. By all means, vote your ass off. If you want to know more about groups that may be out there, you can download Signal, join Operation Black Skies. I'm going to refresh the link tonight. I got to do it every week anyway. But I'm going to refresh the link and then watch our training videos and request a self-defense team. We'll tell you the ones that's out there in your area. We have many, many rooms in Signal. Lord knows there's a ton of information in there. But my goal is to help create anonymous, autonomous self-defense teams, because we may not be voting our way out of this. And that's just a sad truth, man. I hate that it's like this, guys. I appreciate all your support, but I hate that we are here. But unfortunately, we are pretty far in the autocracy. And we were warned, guys. We were warned by powerful Black women what would happen. And unfortunately, not enough people really, took heart to it. So now we got to do that shit the hard way, right? We got to do it the hard way. But I'll leave my final video with Stacey Abrams breaking that shit down to you again.
When autocrats come to power, there's a 10-step plan. And we're at about step 9. So step 1, you have a free and fair election, but it's the last time. Because once that person wins, they don't intend to let anybody else or anyone else take the power that they have amassed for themselves or for their ticket. Second thing they do is that they exceed the realms of executive power. So you see a bunch of executive orders coming out claiming all kinds of powers that a president doesn't hold. Number 3, they then take the competing versions of power and try to either make them complicit or neuter them. So you have a Congress that basically has forgotten they got a job, and then you have a judiciary that's either complicit or neutered. And it's neutered because if the president, if the executive refuses to follow the rules, then you've neutralized the judiciary because the judiciary doesn't actually have enforcement power. Number 4, you go after the media. With the media, you make sure that you demonize and criticize the legitimate media so that nobody trusts it. And then you create an echo chamber so that the only truth that people hear is the truth you want them to hear, even if it's not truth. Even if you put truth in the name, it's not true. Then you start to gut government. You fire all of the people who know how to do stuff. You break democracy by making people think they don't need it. And the best way to do that is to make sure that the things that they've learned to rely on are no longer available. Because then you become the only way they get what they want. So you fire the CDC so that vaccine rates drop and the disease rises. You fire FEMA so that when there's a natural disaster, the only way you get what you need is by begging for it. So you gut the civil service so that no one can actually do the work that democracy is supposed to protect us for. At the same time, you hire a bunch of people that you call loyalists, and you put them in place so that they don't hire anybody who doesn't agree with you, but you also put them in positions of power. So then your next step is that you go after the people who do the good work. So you sue law firms, you sue philanthropies. Then step 7, you got to have someone to blame. They've blamed everybody. They've blamed women, they've blamed children, they've blamed people of color, they've blamed immigrants. They are doing all of that because they know at step 7, if you can push that forward, then we're fighting each other and fighting for survival instead of fighting for our country. And then you start to incentivize private violence. That's step 9. Maybe you send the National Guard and Marines and you militarize kidnapping people off of the streets, throwing them into detention camps, and then arresting people who dare to challenge you, calling any question obstruction of justice. Civic participation, the First Amendment, is the 9th category because if you can militarize your response, you also convince people it's not worth the possible pain of calling out the problems. And once you've gotten to step 9, step 10 is easy. You make sure no one ever votes again because now you've got them captive, now you've got them scared, now you've got them poor, and now you've got the power. That's autocracy in 10 steps.
Straight up. And that's Stacey Abrams in her video. She warned people. You know, many powerful Black women tried to save America many times, man, but their warnings were not heeded. And so now we're in the midst of the autocracy and we may have to fight our way out of it. That's just the way it is, guys. I will be back here Wednesday. Same channel. We're going to kick it off again about 8 p.m. if you guys want to catch it live. I'll be doing my thing, being out here. I got some other stuff coming up. I'll be talking more in my Signal chat. We're going to be getting more active. Got some range time coming up. I got to break out. I want to do a shotgun clinic here and break out some of my new stuff I've been getting ready. So I want to test some of these toys out. I'll be giving you guys the details in the Signal chat, in the Danger Room. And remember, whether it takes 10 months or 10 years, we must be absolutely relentless in our fight against the white delusion of white supremacy. Let's see. Let's do this one.
First on the list. Walk down, 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 down. Walk down, walk down. Lindsay flatline, hear it now. You call for fire on every town. First on the list. Walk down, walk down, walk down. No Senate shield, no donor crown. All your words come circling around. First on the list, walk down, yeah. You said give Israel every bomb they need. Level the place, make the whole thing bleed. Strike the refineries, hit the sites. Overwhelming force day and night from the Senate floor. You fed that flame, new map, new target. Same old game, you called it strength as the bombers pass. Now every word comes back at last. No more Senate floor, no camera light. No staff are there to spend the night. Guards that kept count and kept names. Every ruined home remembers the flames. Now you stand before judging with nowhere to hide. Men have children, souls standing side by side. You wish for destruction, you wish for the end. Now they're the ones watching as your soul descends. Walk down, walk down. Lindsay flatline, hear it now. You called for fire on every town. First Warhawk down, Warhawk down, Warhawk down. No Senate shield, no donor.